real cases before a real judge.
And now, enter the courtroom of Judge Mathis.
Plaintiff Rebecca Fast says the defendant is a scam artist, and it's become an addiction because he admitted that he got an adrenaline rush from his scams. Rebecca claims she gave the defendant 2 loans, and he repaid her both times with checks that bounced. Defendant Alex Bernard says Rebecca is a good person, but he disagrees that he's a con artist. Stephen says one of the bad checks Rebecca is referring to was actually a deposit slip, and he's countersuing for lost wages and emotional distress.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I've heard of sex addicts and I've heard of drug addicts, but I've never heard of a scam addict until I met Mr. Bernard. And he has said before that he gets like an adrenaline rush from doing this.
From scamming?
From scamming, yes. But unfortunately, I didn't find that out till a little too late.
But what do you get out of being a sex addict?
What? Who's a sex addict? What?
You.
No, I'm not. I said I've heard of a sex addict.
Oh. Oh, okay.
No, what? No.
I'm sorry.
No.
Didn't you think that's what she said? I thought you started off, Your Honor, I'm a sex addict and he's a scam addict. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
Glad we clarified that.
All right, go ahead.
I met him through some mutual friends, and
How long ago?
about January of this year. And
Did you all date?
no,
Okay.
just friends. And we hung out a couple times, at a bar or a friend's house, or just random different things. And he seemed like a genuine person, and so I trusted him. And so I lent him the money.
Okay. Sorry, let me hear your side.
So, yeah, well, we met some friends, like she said, hung out a few times, And, man, I wasn't always the bad guy. Yeah, she did lend me some money, but it's not like I've never done anything for her. I have lent money, bought, thing. We were never dating. Nah. But,
Please.
I don't know, we were hanging out, friends. She's really cool. And she's good, but, I mean, things got out of hand. I don't know.
Are you on any type of drug?
No.
I'm just asking.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, that's good to know. All right.
I mean, I'm still tired from last night. I was drinking.
Okay.
I'm in Chicago. It was good. But we hung out more than she's saying, is what I'm trying to say. We did. We hung out more than she's telling you. And there's way more of a story, and I just don't want to roast her on national television, to be quite honest.
Okay, tell me about loaning him money.
May 7th, he sent me a message saying he had his wallet stolen and everything, his ID, his bank card, and all that. And he had a charge or a fine or something to pay that night, and he needed $80 for it. So, and he said his parents were out of town, and he had no other way of getting the money.
So what happened?
He asked if I could lend it to him. And so I said, sure. Because a month before that.
Then what? You loaned it to him in cash?
Yes.
Okay, because I see something about bounce checks.
Yes.
You loaned him $80 in cash, and then what?
And then a week later, he wrote me a check for $280, which I have a paper here.
Even though you only gave him $80?
Yes, he wrote me a check for
$280 back?
Yes, he wrote me a check.
He's a good guy.
He wrote me a check for $280 because he hadn't had his debit card yet.
Because what?
He did not have his debit card yet, so he wrote me the check for $280 to deposit in my bank, and then I withdrew $200 for him because he needed some cash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he didn't give you extra.
So he paid me back at the time.
Paid you back.
But kind of, yeah.
What do you mean by kind of?
Well, I thought it was, but it ended up the check bouncing.
All right. When you approach him about it, what does he say?
Well, I didn't find out until after I got
Your statement?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 days after that, he needed to borrow another $80. And since at the time the check was still pending, so I thought it was good, so I didn't mind loaning him another $80, thinking that he had paid me back. And in return, he paid me back the next day in another check for $230. Oh. So I withdrew $150 to give to him, and I kept the $80. So I had both of these checks, and they were still pending. And then the next week,
What did he tell you he needed the money for each time?
he He didn't really say. He said.
And you didn't ask? And man, coming back to you every week, and you don't say, why are you needing all this money?
I assumed it's because he couldn't get into his bank account. And
oh, he told you that's why.
yeah,
all right.
so I assumed that's what it was.
Why did he say he couldn't get into his bank account?
Because he just
again?
opened the bank account, so he didn't have his debit card or anything.
Okay. What about the checks she's suing you about?
Hey, I know those checks. If she looks closely, I don't know, I'm not insulting intelligence, but I actually saw one of the papers she showed me for it. It's a deposit ticket. It's not even a check.
You have the checks
Yes.
he's referring to?
They're like, how can you not?
He wrote the deposit ticket because he said we had the same bank that he could deposit the money from his account into my account. And I didn't know any better. So,
He gives you a deposit ticket.
yes.
You didn't know what that meant when the man gave you a deposit slip
I
for
thought
you to put $230 into his account?
No, I thought it was supposed to go in my account, from his account. But I didn't.
How's it gonna go into your account if it's on his deposit slip?
I didn't understand that at the time. I was an easy target.
All right, so you're admitting to duping her?
No.
So what are you saying when you say it was a deposit slip you gave her?
No, I didn't even say I gave her that, but it was in her car at the time.
Sir,
Yes,
Judge.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
That's all right.
What about them? One of them's not checked.
Oh my
Did they
goodness.
bounce?
They did. It wasn't a bad account. It was open, but
All right, good. At least you're honest. Well, at least you're honest
No,
today. You
no.
weren't honest those days.
we were hanging out, friends. She's really cool, and she's good. But I mean, things got out of hand.
Are you on any type of drug?
No.
I'm just asking.
Plaintiff Rebecca Fast was friends with the defendant, and she claims he is so addicted to scamming people that he once admitted his scams gave him an adrenaline rush.
$370 for lost wages and emotional distress. How does she owe you?
Well, I do. So believe it or not, I do have proof of that. I have a really good job, and I'm missing work right now, and I almost got fired. This is extremely embarrassing to me. Be like, everybody, when this comes out, I just don't want an employer to see it, really. Then again, like I said, she's freaking times where I've given her money, lent her money, which has happened. Like I said, she's leaving out a lot of times of hanging out, a lot.
So you've loaned her money.
Yeah.
So did you make that a part of your claim?
I mean, it's in my statement.
Okay, you intended to, but
Yes,
you
sir.
failed to.
Yes, sir.
By mistake.
Yeah.
You intended to pay her back.
Yeah, I
But
did.
you bounced the checks by mistake.
Yeah. It's not really by mistake, to be honest.
Oh,
I
my
didn't.
goodness.
You intentionally defrauded her.
No.
Whether it was a mistake.
I spent my money faster than I should have.
So it was a mistake.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So you made the mistake of bouncing checks. You made
Deposit
the
slip.
mistake of failing to sue her for the money she loaned you. You make a lot of mistakes. Got to get it together.
I'm trying.
At least you tell me you work full time.
I do. I graduated too from U of L.
From where? University of
Louisville.
Good. All right.
And I love Chicago.
Good school.
I was out like that last night.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You were hanging out. Were you with Doyle? Doyle loves Chicago, and he'll hang out there every now and then himself.
Man, I thought we did it big in Louisville, but Chicago's teaching me how to Dougie, man. But like that, it's fine.
You're a piece of work. All right, sir. The reason you had to be here, the reason you lost wages, because she is suing you with a legitimate claim. If it was a frivolous claim, if she had you here just to see you again because she just had a need to see you, then that would be frivolous and you would get lost wages. What do you want to say?
I can't stunt. She wants to see me.
I know. I can tell.
Oh goodness.
No.
I do. I was
You're a woman's dream.
No, I have. I presented no evidence this morning, and I actually have a bunch
Where did you leave it?
in my pocket.
Good enough.
But I don't want to. And I told her that. I told her.
You don't want to make her look bad.
Yeah. To be real. I was going through problems then, sir, to be really honest. And like I said, there's a lot of facts she's leaving out. But yeah, I believe I owe her some money, but I think she's completely leaving some stuff out.
What type of problems were you going through?
Financial problems, to be honest.
All right, sir, that's clear. That's like, what was causing your financial problems? Were you using drugs?
No. I do like to drink.
Okay. You drink excessively?
No. I'm a bartender, sir. That's one of my. I have 2 jobs. One, I work at AutoSmart, I'm a credit specialist, and then I work on the weekends as a bartender.
Good.
So yeah, during that nocturnal lifestyle on the weekends, that happens. You know, cash. I don't want to go explicit in the bar scene, but you spend your money, and I made irresponsible decisions. I couldn't pay my rent. That's true. You know, but also it was at first the first little amount of money she said. Because I had paid her stuff, she said I didn't have to pay her back at first. But then it started upscaling, and yeah, see where she got mad.
When you scammed her, yeah. So why don't you think you should pay her for the checks you gave her that bounced?
See, repeat, I'm sorry, sir.
Do you believe you should pay her?
Yeah.
All right. What would y'all do when you hang out? They just seem like an odd couple.
I mean, he's kind of entertaining to watch.
You're right
He's like
about
a toy,
that.
you know?
Okay. That's why.
You
You're
wind him up,
right.
and then you
You're
let him go.
right about that. He's entertaining. In fact, let me get your address. When I'm bored, I'll come pick you up.
Exactly.
And we'll hang out, because you certainly seem entertaining. You'll take all the boredom away. $645, he admits that he owes you. It's your judgment, sir. I'm going to deny your counterclaim for lost wages because you are legitimately here because she had a legitimate lawsuit, and you only obtain lost wages if the person brought you in knowing that you hadn't done anything. It's almost like fraudulently bringing you in. All right, judgment for the plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed. Let's hang out tonight if you got it now. Get it.
Oh, my God. Really? What friendship?
I mean, she'll be texting me in a couple hours.
Right.
Promise you. Probably head up the bar, airport after this.
Right.
Have a little drink or two.
Hanging out. Doing the Dougie.
Oh, yeah, I'm a teacher.
Oh, goodness.
You're laughing, but it's really going to happen.
Oh, really?